May the Force be with you guys. Welcome to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. We are continuing our Ahsoka series review. This is episode 3 called Time to Fly. Akram, give us your thoughts on it.
Yeah, sure was Time to Fly. I think the battle sequences in space is a staple, of course, in Star Wars. And for sure, to certain shows, they want to show off the goods like Mandalorian. And so we get to see a lot of dogfighting here. And even the planes, I think, from the opposing side is really interesting. Very, like, inspired by the
Very
World
unique.
War II.
Yeah.
What, you know what I mean? Like that World War II thing. Yeah. I mean, so that was cool. There's like a really rustic design to the opposing side, which I find really interesting. So, I mean, obviously it seems like they're pulling stuff from different time periods, right? So I think that's really cool. I think that has a lot to do probably with the new galaxy that they want to explore. I think the new space ring is awesome. I think that's gonna be iconic. Oh, I hope it's gonna be iconic, kind of like the Death Star. They were like a little worried about if there's gonna be another Death Star. Overall, I thought it was a pretty solid episode. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, everything about it was pretty cool. Even Ahsoka's ship, you know, is pretty cool. I mean, that's directly from the Clone Wars. I love seeing it in live action and how it kind of like maneuvers and stuff with the wings. Yeah. I thought the training sequence was beautiful in the beginning with Ahsoka and Sabine. It had like this kind of like Japanese aesthetic. Like she even had like a kendo mask on. I still don't like that they're trying to push the force sensitive thing with the cup. I thought that was kind of weird. I'd rather just for her to be just Mandalorian that just happens to have, you know, Jedi training. But yeah, what were your thoughts on that?
I find it beautiful in a way because the way when I think they did obviously this is intentional and this is like a great moment to use it since they have Sabine training to be a Jedi. There's a lot of callbacks to when old Ben trained Luke. Sure. She even said, how am I supposed to see in this thing? But it also, there's like a callback to when Anakin trained Ahsoka, and Ahsoka also learned some stuff from Obi-Wan. And I thought, I don't know, I thought the whole thing was well-rounded and kind of beautiful.
Pass on what you have learned, right?
Yeah, and especially like Hu Yang was there, you know, it felt like you have the whole family and there's these generations of Jedi. But I don't know if, I worry if this is actually wrongly aimed, like maybe Sabine is the wrong character to do this because I don't know what her future entails. We mentioned this back then that, you know, what I like is that, okay, that's kind of cool because, you know, it's not so elitist or I don't know, blood specified, right? The midichlorians, anybody can be a Jedi, but I you know, she said everybody has the Force in them, but I don't know, it's like really weird.
Well, I'll tell you what though, it's better here that they do a Mandalorian with Jedi training than how they did Grogu that's like a Jedi with Mandalorian. I don't know, I think it fits better in this show, to be honest. It feels more like natural and more realistic, I guess.
She reminds me, you know what, Sabine? I wonder if they're trying to do like a what's his name, Finn or Flynn from the sequel.
Oh yeah,
because I know it was alluded that he has the Force in him, but it never went full out. And I heard that there was like some deleted scenes or some deleted concepts where they wanted Finn to be a Jedi. But I wonder if they, you know, it's never confirmed actually in canon. So I wonder if that's what they're trying to do. It's like, oh well, she's fully realizing it, and Finn didn't realize it in the movies just yet. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. So it's kind of like inspiring for like anybody. But I don't know. It kind of defeats the purpose too of what is it? Last Jedi or something like that, where like at the end everybody's like looking up in the stars, and there was like so many kids that I would assume have midichlorians. I don't know. The whole thing is like kind of complex. I think that's not really the point. I think the point is just Sabine training, and it's like a generational thing, and it's kind of cool, you know. But that was a cool scene.
Yeah. We also saw Mon Mothma in this episode. I think it's pretty cool, like seeing her from Andor and then seeing her in this show. You know, like how far she's progressed as a character too. I mean, obviously she was in Rogue One and the original trilogy too, but just seeing her as like a chance. I think she plays the part really well as like the politician, right?
And Genevieve O'Reilly too, since 2005 is still going at it. At least she had her time in Andor. At least she had her time there. That was cool. Yeah, I love that scene, especially with Hera. I thought I just love her. I think that was her moment to shine really and to show like, okay, she's a really strong character, and you know, she pulled some truths too, like that little argument between the senator and herself. But in that section we also see Jason, right? So his name is Jason, right?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, what do you think about him? I felt like, oh my gosh.
He was pretty cute. I mean, it's
subhuman.
Well, it's funny. They look so stupid in the animated series. It translates on screen pretty well.
It does.
I never liked his design in the animated thing because it was weird. Because like he's like half human, half Twi'lek. I was like, well, wouldn't he have like some Twi'lek feature? They just gave him like green hair or some shit, like the fucking Joker or some shit.
I actually rather because I always found like Ahsoka's head thing and Hera's like kind of nasty.
Hold on. Weird. You know what breaks this continuity? There was an episode of Clone Wars where that fucking clone deserter guy hooked up with a Twi'lek, and then they had two Twi'lek kids. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Is it like Kanan's like X chromosome was stronger?
It's roll of the dice. Right? I mean, but his design here looks cool. I think the actor's not bad. I wonder if he has force powers or in the future if they're gonna do something with that. I mean, all of this type of stuff. I guess they have some time in between the sequel trilogy and then also what's here. So maybe everyone's gonna get whacked later on before the sequel trilogy. Oh no! Unless they all go to like a different galaxy or some shit and never help out. We also see we get the dogfight. I think the scene where they're trapped basically. It's the first time seeing the ring, and they end up being.
I was thinking of The Ring, like the horror movie.
Yeah, it's the first time seeing the ring. They all die.
Samara was there,
right? But it's cool to see Ahsoka. Like she's so badass as she steps out. She reminds me so much. She has like a lot of moves that remind me so much of Anakin, especially in the Clone Wars. Like there were so many cool acrobatics and stuff in the Clone Wars. And so she comes out of the ship. I never seen this before, and she's like defending the ship while outside in the astronauts. So that was really cool. Yeah. What else thoughts do you have?
That's pretty good overall. The only critique I had was that the runtime felt kind of short. This was like 30 minutes. Like the first two episodes were like almost an hour. So like, because then it just cut to Ray Stevenson, and then it was like boom, it was like finished. So I kind of wanted a little more out of it. But I think overall, like you said, the dog fights were pretty clean. I love those ship designs that Morgan's fleet had. They're kind of like this kind of like cool like RAF kind of like starship. Even the blasters that I actually like that they didn't try to go the TIE fighter route and just like use like old like TIE fighters, like that they actually like had their own like concept to it. Pretty clean episode. Yeah, the character dynamics were pretty cool. I wonder like where this is leading up to and well, how many episodes is this series, by the way? Is it like limited? Well, only like 6 or 8 episodes, something like that?
I think there's like supposed to be either 9 or 8 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's going at a good pace, to be honest, because it's only 3rd episode, so I feel like next episode it has to like go somewhere. But yeah, pretty clean episode. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. How about you?
Yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10 as well. I like the previous episodes. I enjoyed it. For me, I think they each episode has their own highs, and for sure this one does allude to eventually it's going to ramp up. I don't really know where. I mean, unless the next episode's like all on that one planet and that's it. I mean, we get to see space whales too, so it's really like interesting. It's like this concept of hyperspace, and they're putting so much work. I wonder really, like when you go that fast, do people age regularly? Because we still have Ezra Bridger and we have Grand Admiral Thrawn, so they have to do all this work. I could only imagine how long did it take them to travel that far. Right. So I wonder if there's like this thing where like they don't age or something like that. Well,
they said also like it was like what 2 or 3 years since that last battle happened.
Oh,
so I'm thinking like how old is Ezra or Thrawn? You know,
wait, 2 or 3? That doesn't make sense because Ahsoka takes place way after that, doesn't it? Doesn't Ahsoka takes place like 10 or something more like years?
That,
that won't make sense.
Yeah,
but no, it was a pretty good episode overall. I enjoyed it. So why don't you take us away?
Well, guys, that is our thoughts for episode 3. Check out our thoughts for episode 1 and 2 if you haven't already. We will be covering this series every Wednesday as it comes out. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Show us your support. Let us know what you thought of the episode, and let us know how we're doing as a channel. We appreciate you guys so much. But until then, guys, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you guys. See you.